Hi, I'm Jennifer, and my family is getting ready to move to Thailand. We're documenting our whole journey from downsizing and budgeting to selling our whole house and all of the logistics of visas and all of that stuff. And we just thought it might be interesting for you to see, and we're also wanting to document it for ourselves. So I was sitting here working on the Thailand budget, and I realized I should probably be sharing out what I'm thinking as I go through this. And as I was sitting here, I realized, this isn't about moving to Thailand entirely, like not Thailand specifically. It's about what financial freedom looks like to us. And when people hear financial freedom, they picture millionaires and fancy cars and retiring early. And that's not what I'm looking for. Well, maybe the retiring early part, because that would be really nice. But no, what I want is this. So my my daughter is always asking for sushi. Whenever we ask her what she wants to eat, she says, I want sushi. And I want to be able to say yes. I don't want to have to be crunching the numbers in my head and constantly worrying, oh my gosh, what's our budget for sushi? I just want to say yes, just because why not? And that's definitely financial freedom to me. So we've been using intentional budgeting for years. So we save every month for Christmas, birthdays, taxes, car tabs, all those things that come up year after year that people often treat like emergencies because they haven't saved up for them. So I call this our annual bucket. And I add up the cost of all of those things for the whole year, projecting forward, and then divide that by 12, and then we put aside that amount of money every month so we can have that bucket put aside for those planned expenses. And this system has helped us stay pretty stable over the last couple of years, these challenging times, as it were. And I'm pretty proud of that. But I've definitely, looking back and realizing that we are surviving, but we're not thriving. And that's something that we really want. Um, so this new budget isn't just about renting groceries. It's about designing the kind of life that we actually want. So here's the budget that I'm working on. I've intentionally hidden our income because that's not the point. What I want to share is how I'm thinking about this budget. So the first item in pink, that is our monthly spending. That includes food, utilities, rent, fun money, going out and doing fun things, and subscriptions, Netflix, just normal life. So I'm sure I forgot something, but this is based on all the research I've been doing. And I'm really excited to fact check myself. We're going to go there, be there for a few months. We'll see what the actual cost is, and we'll definitely be reporting back how our planned budget stacks up to what the actual costs are. So that green number, that is for wealth building. So people always talk about the 50-30-20 rule for having a really well-rounded budget. Well, my plan is coming up 31-31-38, which feels so good. I intentionally want to prioritize saving because, well, still leaving room for fun to enjoy our life, because I just think that's really important, especially with this big adventure that we're going to have, that we are still prioritizing our future selves. The blue number is our annual bucket, like I mentioned, and this not only covers our typical annual stuff, but also specifically a vacation away during burning season and maybe a trip to the beach, stuff like that. Or we'll have a little bit of a different lifestyle there. And then we'll reassess these numbers every year to make sure that we're budgeting the right amounts. So what you don't see here is that we've also set aside an emergency fund and a separate moving fund, just in case we ever decide we need to move back to the US. We have that money set aside, saved, not being touched, just in case we need it for that peace of mind. Now, some people might think this is a pretty excessive budget, and there are a lot of videos out there about moving internationally with as little money as possible. $400 rent and live in Thailand for, $1,000 a month or whatever. Well, that is not us. We're being very realistic here. And the whole purpose of our Thailand adventure is to create a higher quality of life. And for me, that includes reducing stress and removing the constant financial friction from everyday decisions. I am trying to build margin for my future self. And this budget is buying me that peace of mind. The freedom to say yes to the little things like sushi, not because we're rich, but because we're spending intentionally. We've intentionally planned for all of these things to be included in our budget. I would love to hear what financial freedom looks like to you. Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.